Tiffany Stratton recently made a shocking admission in an interview, and we need to talk about it. Right now, she's on top of the world, firing on all cylinders and proving herself as one of WWE's fastest rising stars. With WrestleMania just around the corner, Tiffany finds herself at the peak of her career. She's just weeks away from teaming up with WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus in Toronto on March 1st, where they'll take on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Then, about 6 weeks later, she'll face the biggest challenge of her career, defending the WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, set to take place on Easter weekend in Las Vegas. To put things into perspective, this incredible run is happening just months after Tiffany won the Money in the Bank contract, aligned herself with Nia Jax, and was placed in a primetime role on television. She quickly established herself as a main event caliber star, proving that WWE saw something special in her. But then came the ultimate turning point, betraying Nia Jax, cashing in Money in the Bank, and winning the WWE Women's Championship. It was a moment that changed everything for her. For longtime fans, this rise to prominence isn't surprising. Ever since she stepped into NXT, Tiffany Stratton has had star written all over her. She first gained attention for her flawless execution of the moonsault, a move that became her signature finisher. But it wasn't just the move itself. It was the confidence she exuded, the character work she developed, and the undeniable presence she had inside the ring. Her in-ring psychology, promos, and overall development have only improved over time, and WWE has wisely capitalized on that. She's become an even bigger star as a result, and this championship run is just the beginning. But let's rewind for a moment and focus on the WWE Women's Championship victory, because that was a pivotal moment in her career. Recently, Tiffany made an interesting revelation about what was going through her mind that night. While winning a WWE Championship is a dream for every wrestler, she admitted that the moment was actually a blur. During an interview with Adrian Hernandez, Tiffany revealed that she wasn't entirely sure if the Money in the Bank cash-in was going to go as planned, and she wasn't just nervous, she was completely uncertain about how it would all play out. There was also another intriguing detail she teased in that interview, but we'll get to that soon. Tiffany described that night as an extremely high-stress situation. She said, "I don't know if it was the perfect moment or not. I ran out there and I was just on autopilot. I had no idea if the fans were even going to react to anything." That's a fascinating statement, because from the outside looking in, everything seemed to unfold perfectly. But internally, she was battling doubt. Her cash-in, while executed beautifully, could have easily gone wrong. Fans might forget, but failed Money in the Bank cash-ins have happened before. It's not always a guaranteed title win, and Tiffany was well aware of that possibility. She explained, "There was always that what if. Like, what if I fail? What if I'm not successful?" That level of uncertainty is something most fans don't think about. We assume that once a superstar is booked to win a title, everything is set in stone, but in reality, plans in WWE change all the time. Even if she was told ahead of time that she'd be winning the championship, there's always that lingering doubt that something could change at the last second. Fortunately for Tiffany, everything went according to plan. She executed her finisher, the picture-perfect moonsault from the top rope, and with the 3 count, she officially became the new WWE Women's Champion. Tiffany recalled, "The moment I hit the moonsault, and I landed it perfectly, it was like finally I could really relish in the moment. It was so amazing. It was so surreal. That sense of relief and joy after weeks, if not months, of uncertainty is something that only adds to the significance of this victory." But now let's talk about the intriguing detail she teased during that interview, because it's something that could shake up WWE's title designs in a big way. Tiffany floated the idea of completely revamping the WWE Women's Championship, and no, she wasn't suggesting they get rid of the giant WWE logo, which some fans love to criticize. She understands why the logo is so prominent. It's about branding, visibility, and marketing, but she had a different idea in mind: a pink championship belt. Think about it. A pink leather strap, with pink, blue, and purple gems encrusted around the title plate. Even the little swoosh under the WWE logo could be pink instead of the usual red. It would be a totally unique look, one that aligns perfectly with Tiffany's over-the-top persona. Remember, she's built her character around being glamorous, stylish, and unapologetically confident. Her previous nickname, Daddy's Little Girl, or Daddy's Princess, was all about portraying this privileged, high-maintenance, larger-than-life personality. A custom pink championship belt would fit right into that aesthetic. It also wouldn't be the first time WWE introduced a specialty championship design. We've seen variations of the WWE Championship in the past. John Cena had his custom spinner belt, The Rock had the Brahma Bull design, and even The Fiend had his own version of the Universal Championship. If WWE were ever going to introduce a uniquely designed WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton would be the perfect person to carry it. However, there's one major obstacle to this idea: WrestleMania. With only 2 months until the biggest show of the year, and with Tiffany's upcoming match against Charlotte Flair, there's a strong chance she won't be champion for much longer. If WWE was planning to introduce a new title design, they likely would have done it right after she won the belt. With Charlotte Flair as her likely opponent at WrestleMania, many believe the title will be changing hands. So while a pink WWE Women's Championship is an interesting idea, it may not become a reality, at least not anytime soon. Let's take a step back and analyze why Tiffany's uncertainty during the Money in the Bank cash-in is so relatable. Failed cash-ins have been a thing for years, but they were particularly common during Vince McMahon's era. Under Triple H, we've seen slightly more stability in the booking of Money in the Bank winners. However, that doesn't change the fact that WWE's creative direction is constantly evolving. One day a superstar might be told they're winning a title, and the next plans could shift entirely. Tiffany expressed this exact sentiment. She explained that, even though she had been told she was going to win the championship, she still wasn't convinced. She didn't allow herself to fully believe it until she heard the words, "Your new WWE Women's Champion." Tiffany Stratton, that kind of skepticism is understandable. In WWE, nothing is ever truly certain until it happens. There's also the psychological aspect of being in a high-pressure moment like this. When you're experiencing something life-changing, it's easy to go into autopilot mode. You might try to soak in the moment, but everything is moving so fast that it becomes a blur. That's exactly what Tiffany went through. She wanted to be present, but the nerves, adrenaline, and sheer magnitude of the situation made it difficult. Now, let's talk about what this victory truly means for Tiffany's career. Before this, she had already been positioned as a top star in NXT. She held the NXT Women's Championship, had feuds with major names like Becky Lynch, and was eventually called up to the main roster. However, she wasn't quite seen as a definitive main eventer. She was in the upper card tier, but this championship win solidified her as a true top-tier talent. Much like CM Punk's second Money in the Bank cash-in, this moment marked a turning point in Tiffany Stratton's career. Her first major championship win was a big deal, but this one was career-defining. It elevated her from being a promising talent to being one of the biggest stars in the women's division. These are the types of moments that shape legacies, and Tiffany's win will be remembered as a pivotal moment in her journey. As we look ahead to WrestleMania, one thing is clear: Tiffany Stratton has already cemented herself as a star. Whether she retains the championship or not, she's proven that she belongs in the main event scene. With her talent, charisma, and ability to connect with the audience, there's no doubt that she has a long and successful career ahead of her. And if she ever does get that pink WWE Women's Championship, it would be the perfect symbol of everything she represents: a stylish, dominant, and confident superstar who's here to stay.